It is day 2 of Team India conclave. The meeting is currently underway. Leaders of the India bloc are likely to discuss on the battle plan against BJP for this upcoming elections of 2024. But chaos continues over who's going to be the face of the opposition. Opposition bloc will be formulating a poll management panel and coordination committee as well. As per reports, India Alliance has discussed seat sharing on Thursday already, but a final decision is to be taken today. Again, it's a likelihood. As the battle heats up now, leaders of the India bloc do not want to waste any more time. They want to be done with the seat sharing formula. RJD chief Lalu Prasad Yadav has advised the India bloc to keep their egos aside, and the higher-ups must be ready to compromise on seat-sharing formula to take down the BJP in 24.
अखिलेश जी बैठक कैसी रही?
अखिलेश जी बैठक कैसी रही?
अभी नहीं हुआ, कुछ भी जल्दी हो जाएगा।
सीट शेयरिंग की मांग की जल्द हो?
सब जल्दी हो जाएगा।
मैं मीटिंग में था, ये चर्चा ही नहीं हुई। कल इसमें किसने ऐसा बात ही किया नहीं। ये जो बात आप कर रहे हैं ऐसा कुछ नहीं, सब एक ही मुद्दे पे जो चर्चा हुई है वो चर्चा में डिफरेंस किसी का।
All right, let me cut across to Rajdeep Sardesai, who's been very keenly tracking those developments right from the epicenter, Mumbai. Rajdeep, good afternoon, and I see that smile on your face. The coordination committee is likely to be decided by the India bloc today. It's going to be a Herculean task because you have all the key players, but very few of those players actually have clout in the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. That possibly still includes only Aam Admi Party, Congress, of course. The DMK has some clout, the TMC has. So it's going to be hard to please all the 27 players at once, but yet ultimately only a few get to be part of that key coordination committee. Tell us, how are these members going to keep their ego aside and act?
Well, you know, the fact is, forget about a coordination meeting. At the moment, I think the focus is on coordination. How do you ensure chemistry and keep this alliance going? No breakdown, but the sense is no breakthrough either. You're not likely to get any dramatic announcement a couple of hours from now. What is happening at the moment is all the leaders are giving their points of view as to the roadmap ahead. I'm joined at the moment by Pawan Khera, the Congress's chief of the media. Appreciate your joining us, Pawan. And Priyanka Chaturvedi, the Shiv Sena MP, is also joining us in her home of Mumbai. Thank you both very much for joining us. Am I right in saying no breakthrough but no breakdown? Would that be a right way to summarize? Maybe Priyanka's smile is saying it all.
No, absolutely not. Okay, that's a good thought to have, but there is going to be a breakthrough. Like I've been maintaining from day one, this is going to be a historic meeting where definite decisions will be taken on the way forward for the alliance as well as how to take people's agenda forward.
What is that one big, is there, all of you are saying there will be big decisions taken. What I get a sense is most of the alliance partners themselves don't know what this big decision is going to be.
You guys are now getting too used to the Modi style of, dramatizing small things, inane things. Like suddenly he'll have a knee-jerk reaction to the Adani expose yesterday. 5-day parliament session. For what? Ask him, he won't know.
You're saying
suddenly,
that the 5-day announcement was a reaction to the Adani expose?
Divert the focus away from the Adani expose, from Rahul Gandhi's press conference, from, the story spreading in the Indian media and so on and so forth. Now, one nation, one election, another diversionary tactic because India Alliance is having its meeting. So we don't expect us to counter-dramatize his drama.
No,
sorry, we don't expect.
What's your headline? You're saying the Prime Minister is doing headline management. What's going to be the big headline? We are told that several of the allies feel the Congress needs to move faster. The Congress is the elephant in the room. The Congress needs to decide some kind of a timetable in which you move forward with agendas, with seat sharing and more.
Look, the Congress and all the other parties, 28 parties in the rooms inside there, believe in consultations, believe in conversations, believe in consensus. So these 3 C's will lead to a very good consequence, which would be protecting the democracy and the Constitution of India.
Pawan Khera has learned from Prime Minister Modi. Speak in acronyms. He's given us 3 C's leading to a 4th C.
I think Modi ji learned it from Venkaiah Naidu ji. Please give him credit where it's due.
Okay, but let's be clear. What's of consequence? What is it that when you say this is a historic meeting, I think you need to tell us why.
I have an answer to this. A day before the summit, 9 years of Modi government, at 450 price of gas cylinder to 1150, he did not move an inch or try to reduce even a single rupee of the pain that people were facing. He brought it down by 200 rupees. That's a day before the summit. He used the alibi of a Rakhi festival and Behno ke Aasu poche or whatever. Behno ke Aasu 9 saal nahi dekhe. So that's a massive breakthrough. They are following our agenda.
You're now taking credit for the 200 rupee cut in LPG.
Absolutely. Who else has been talking about it? Is the Prime Minister talking about it? All his cabinet ministers are justifying the price rise, justifying taking away the subsidies from the people of this country. Second most important thing, the very first day of the summit, he announces, as soon as Mr. Gandhi has a press conference on the issue of Adani, we see him announcing a special session. Ask them what is the special session about. They won't be having an agenda. The unfortunate fact is, and because I come from Mumbai, I'm from Maharashtra, the unfortunate fact is that first the Prime Minister thought he's above India, he would not come to the Parliament. Now he thinks he's above Ganpati Bappa as well. That without an agenda, he's calling a session during our Ganpati festival. It's unfortunate.
Are you saying Maharashtra MPs won't attend it because of Ganesh Chaturthi?
Maharashtra MPs have registered their protest. Please understand, Maharashtra sent second largest number of MPs to the Lok Sabha and totally denying them their voice and totally disregarding the fact that it's a big Hindu festival, as big as Diwali for us. You're disregarding that and having, something, a special session which will probably just be about Mr. Modi himself. That in itself is unfortunate.
Ganpati Bappa is not just limited to Maharashtra. Yeah. Across the country, Ganpati celebrations we witness. So he is trying, what is he trying to say? What is he trying to prove? He is above Ganpati Bappa?
No, but has this special session spooked you? There's talk, first of course there was yesterday of one nation, one election. Today there's talk of women's reservation bill being brought in. Are you all worried what will Modi do next? And therefore your India Alliance meeting here is worried early elections. Mamata Banerjee thinks early elections will come in December. Do you know what Mr. Modi will do next?
Rajdeep, the only person worried in India's politics today is a guy called Narendra Modi. The knee-jerk reaction yesterday shows you how worried he is. So believe me, none of those 28 people sitting in that room here are worried at all.
And there's one more thing I'd like to add. The third breakthrough, this one nation, one election agenda that they've started, it's a red herring because they don't have answers to the questions you're asking. Please understand there have been 3 committees formed earlier. Law Commission of India, Parliamentary Standing Committee, Niti Aayog. All 3 have had the same thing to say. Constitutional amendments needed. State governments need to approve. You need VVPAT machines, you need EVM machines, you need a security staff, you need the election commission staff. Nothing is in place and you start this entire shabu.
You're focusing on what Mr. Modi plans to do or not to do. What about you? What are y'all? You see, the question that will arise is what is that this India Alliance going to tell us today that you stand for?
I have an answer to this. There is one nation, one mistake. The India Alliance will address that mistake, and that mistake is Mr. Narendra Modi.
No, again, you are making the focus, Mr. Modi. My question to you is, what do you stand for? What is your common agenda? I don't see left and Trinamool talking to each other. I don't see AAP and Congress talking to each other.
Sitting in that room talking to each other. What are you talking about? As I said, conversations lead to consensus. That's what is happening in that room.
Between you and a Kejriwal,
All of us,
for example,
all of
between
us,
a Mamata and a Sitaram
28 plus people are sitting inside and having conversations. Very healthy, fruitful conversations for the betterment of India.
So many think that this is just about the conversation. From a 5-star hotel, you'll have to start meeting the public. Where is the mass connect?
Well, Bharat Jodo Yatra was not a mass connect. Each and every single party is having their own mass connect. Shiv Sena is having it in Maharashtra. All other regional parties are having their mass connect. What are we talking about?
Okay. No, there's one very important factor that you need to understand. Till now, wherever we've had these meetings, our alliance has been in government. This is the first state where we are not in power. Yet you see the kind of support we are seeing. You see the biggest leaders across the country come and spend time here, understand what the nation's priorities are. And I think that is the biggest winning point. And also the 26 parties, you're talking about left and Trinamool, you're talking about Kejriwal and Rahul Gandhi. All I'd say is all these 28 parties are sitting in this room. They understand their responsibilities above their differences.
No one denies that that's your achievement to get all of them in one room. The question is what comes out of it. Will you have a convener? Will you have a coordination committee? That's my final question before the anchor takes over. Will you have a face, a convener, coordination committee, or will you just keep it at this level? Let's keep the conversation going.
These are nuts and bolts which will be subsequently decided. Doesn't mean that everything has to be decided today because Rajdeep Sardesai wants it or because Narendra Modi is desperate to know who will be the face. The point of is that what are the issues we are addressing? Are we addressing the issues which really affect the lives of the common man and woman on the streets? That's our major concern.
Okay. As you can
right.
see, they don't reveal too much. I think even Pawan Khera, Priyanka Chaturvedi are waiting to see what is the consequence that comes out of this conversation. But yes, the big story, the achievement of this group is that they are talking to each other.
Yeah.
The failure at the moment is they still haven't come up with a big idea that might actually suggest that they can challenge Mr. Modi in the months ahead.
Well, thank you very much, Rajdeep. We've heard what Priyanka Chaturvedi and Pawan Khera had to say. Both Shiv Sena and the Congress coming on the same platform. You have 27 parties supposedly like-minded who've come on board together in a bid to save democracy, quote unquote. This is precisely the words of the India bloc.